Welcome to FZ Architecture, where we delve into the masterpieces of architectural history. Today, we explore Auldbrass Plantation, a unique creation by Frank Lloyd Wright that redefines the concept of a southern plantation. Situated near Yemassee in Beaufort County, South Carolina, Auldbrass Plantation spans over 4,000 acres along the Combahee River. In 1939, industrialist Leigh Stevens commissioned Wright to design a self-sufficient plantation that harmonized with the low-country landscape. Wright embraced this opportunity to apply his principles of organic architecture in a southern context. The layout of Auldbrass Plantation is a masterclass in site planning and integration with nature. Located near the Combahee River, the estate is surrounded by wetlands, forests, and open pastures. Frank Lloyd Wright leveraged this natural richness, organizing the plantation along a spine-like axis that follows the curve of Cypress Lake. The plantation is accessed via River Road, with the main entrance located at the western edge. From there, a long drive leads visitors through pastures and paddocks, gradually revealing the architecture. This slow unveiling is a deliberate experiential choice by Wright. At the top, the layout includes guest cabins, stables, and barns, serving both agricultural and hospitality functions. The guest cabins face paddocks, offering a picturesque rural setting. Midway along the estate, we find the heart of daily operations, including the workshop, caretaker's house, offices, and laundry. These are strategically placed to separate service circulation from private areas. This is the most architecturally refined portion. It includes Joel Silver's house, the main residence, bedrooms, living room, and the signature hexagonal kitchen dining room. The buildings are nestled between the edge of Cypress Lake and landscaped gardens, connected by a series of shaded walkways. To the southeast, a tennis court and swimming pool integrate leisure into the plantation lifestyle, reinforcing the idea of a self-contained, harmonious environment. The entire compound is structured to maintain sight lines toward nature and water, using gentle curves and careful placement. The canal to the northeast and boat dock suggest that river access played a role in the site's original logistical and aesthetic planning. From the lower left corner, we see the main entrance, marked by a long, meandering approach road cutting through dense forest areas. This gradual progression through nature is typical of Wright. He wanted visitors to transition from wilderness to architecture almost imperceptibly. The structures are not dropped onto the landscape, they emerge from it. The hexagonal geometries of the guest cabins, located to the northwest, echo natural formations and are scattered among the trees rather than aligned rigidly. To the east, the site borders Clearwater Swamp, a rich ecological edge that Wright didn't try to conquer, but respected. The main residence is oriented toward this natural boundary, opening vistas and cross-ventilation opportunities. All buildings in this plan are designed with a modular system, clearly visible in the repeated angles and proportions. The hexagonal and triangular geometries guide both the architectural layout and the landscape design, creating a continuous dialogue between built and unbuilt elements. The entire house is based on a hexagonal grid, with no right angles in the main layout. This breaks the rigidity of traditional domestic space and creates a natural, organic rhythm. The walls, rooms, and circulation paths all respond to this 60-degree system, giving a sense of movement and continuity. From the motor court, visitors enter through a covered walkway that gently leads them to the interior. This arrival sequence is ceremonial and intentional. Wright always designed entryways as transitions, not abrupt thresholds. To the left, we find the kitchen and serving areas, separated yet visually connected to the living zones. The dining area is integrated along this axis, reinforcing the communal nature of the home. The living room sits at the southern edge, fully glazed toward the garden and the landscape. It's open, bright, and anchored by the hearth, a core element in Wright's residential designs. Moving northward, we enter the private quarters. The master bedroom and Mr. Stevens' suite are located toward the top of the plan, with direct access to dressing rooms and baths. Smaller service spaces, including staff rooms and utility areas, are organized toward the upper right side, discreet but connected. One of the most striking features is the variety of ceiling heights and how they change as you move through the house. Wright used this to create a sense of compression and release, small corridors opening into grand, light-filled spaces. The screened porch and outdoor terraces blend indoor and outdoor living, making the house feel like part of the surrounding forest. Cypress wood dominates the interiors, creating warmth and texture. Built-in furniture and fixtures follow the same hexagonal geometry, reinforcing unity. The transparency of the facades, with large glass panels, invites nature in, blurring boundaries. The house is carefully sited to optimize daylight and views. The living room faces south, opening toward gardens and the swamp edge. This not only enhances natural ventilation but also ensures passive solar gain. This is not just a plan, it's a living organism. Every line and angle serves a purpose, to connect the inhabitant with the land, with the climate, and with each other. The dominant material used throughout Auldbrass is native cypress wood, harvested locally from the South Carolina lowcountry. Wright chose cypress not only for its warm texture and golden tone, but also for its natural resistance to moisture and decay, a key consideration in the humid, swampy climate. Inside the house, cypress is used in almost every visible surface: walls, ceilings, built-in furniture, and cabinetry. The grain of the wood is left exposed, enhancing the natural character of each space. The roofing is made of copper, originally shiny and bright, but now aged into a rich green patina that blends beautifully with the forest canopy. Wright anticipated this transformation, understanding that the architecture would slowly settle into the landscape over time. Low, horizontal brickwork grounds the building, anchoring it to the earth. The bricks are not dominant, they are subtle, almost blending with the soil, but they give the house weight and permanence. Extensive use of glass, especially in the living areas, allows for visual continuity between interior and exterior. Floor-to-ceiling windows frame views of the surrounding cypress trees and swamp, bringing in filtered sunlight and changing shadows throughout the day. Wright also designed custom metal fixtures, lighting elements, and even hardware, ensuring every detail followed the overall hexagonal geometry and organic philosophy of the design. The materials themselves define the color palette: warm browns and golds from the wood, deep green from the aged copper, earthy reds in the brick, and the ever-changing hues of light and nature filtering through glass. For Wright, using local, honest materials was essential. He believed materials should express their true nature. Wood should look like wood, not be painted. Metal should age, not be polished. This gave the house not just aesthetic unity, but also a sense of truth. Let's see some other images from the project to enjoy this masterpiece. Another view from the dining and kitchen area. In this pictures, we can see the main entry facing the living room where lights come in thanks to the windows. In this image, we can see the geometric elements that was integrated to the building. Here we can see how the built-in furniture is seamlessly integrated into the architecture, helping to define and shape the spaces. We can also observe how natural light enters through the large glazed openings as well as the clerestory windows above. In this image, we can see how wood is fully integrated into the design, with custom-made furniture carefully modulated to follow the structure. Where there are no large windows, natural light still filters in from above through clerestory windows, which also serve a decorative function thanks to the geometric patterns that define them. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Auldbrass Plantation, one of Frank Lloyd Wright's most fascinating and lesser-known masterpieces. Through its geometry, materiality, and relationship with the landscape, Auldbrass reminds us that architecture can be both poetic and practical, deeply rooted in nature yet entirely human in scale. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, let us know in the comments what other architects or projects you'd like us to cover next.